Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happenings Today TV. Obviously, Ohaneze, Ndibo, and Ndibo generally are not leaving things to chance, having known the fact that it's either now or never. Well, before we go to the news report to find out exactly what is going on and why they are actually tackling the Southwest, I'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, in an open letter to Tinubu, he cancelled while we started by saying National Publicity Secretary of the Ohaneze Ndibo, Chief Chiedozie Alex Obonaya, in the early hours of Monday, asked the former Lagos State Governor, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to shelve his thwarted 2023 presidential bid to preserve Nigerians' corporate existence. While in an open letter to Tinubu, he counselled Tinubu to key into the Igbo presidency in 2023, cause stressing that posterity will be kind of him and kind to him if he told the path of reason, conscience, and equity on the matter. Describing the All Progressive Congress APC leader as a strategic thinker with a formidable frontier spirit, Bonaya noted in a document titled Open Letter to His Excellency Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu that his fear was that Tinubu will be embarking on a political adventure that lacks conscience and principle if he contests for the presidency. His words: in the past, Ahmed Bola Tinubu would have concerned himself with the cause of the agitation in the southeast and the solution thereof. But because of the obsession to become a president, it does appear that the more turbulent the southeast, the better for the Jagaban. This is morally reprehensible. However, I have my fears that Tinubu is embarking on a political adventure that lacks both conscience and principle. Bonia made a copy of the letter available, and he warned that the huge social capital and the profiling of Tinubu as the conscience of Nigeria may suffer irreversible damage if he contests the presidency in 2023, adding, I am persuaded that such ambition would be ill-advised and would amount to demystification of the cult followership which the Jagaban has built around himself. This is strong. And the letter reads in part. Hmm. And the letter reads in part. Your Excellency, the major cause of the agitation in the southeast of Nigeria is the obvious alienation of the people from the various centers of power, which has attained its crescendo under the present APC-led government. The extreme form of the agitation is the yearnings for secession, by which such as indigenous people of Biafra led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that's IPOB. Evidently, the ongoing activities of IPOB in the southeast should be of great concern to every patriotic Nigerian. For the avoidance of doubt, the followers of IPOB, that's indigenous people of Biafra, insist on leaving Nigeria for a country of their own if the injustice against them persists unabated. On the other hand, the more deprived the southeast is, the more the crisis in the region. Unfortunately, some Nigerians outside the southeast are playing the ostrich. When confronted with danger, the ostrich instinctively buries its head in the sand dunes in the hope that it is shielded from the enemy. The ostrich often forgets that the entire body is exposed to the danger. In other words, it's a foolhardiness to believe that the ripple effect of southeast agitation and restiveness will not affect the entire Nigeria. My fear is that to deny the southeast the very opportunity and in fact the right to produce the next president of Nigeria will increase the agitation and ultimately spell disaster for the country. I am convinced that Your Excellency, in your typical manner of fighting for equity and justice, should be in the vanguard for a Nigerian president from the southeast of Nigeria come 2023. This is the mark of true statesmanship. One would also appeal to President Muhammadu Buhari and all the former Nigerian leaders, namely General Yakubu Gowon, General Olusegun Obasanjo, General Ibrahim Babangida, Chief Ernest Shonekon, General Abdulsalami Abubakar, Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, and some others such as our our only laureate, Professor Wole Soyinka, Nobel, Chief Edwin Clark, and so on, to speak up in defense of peace and unity of Nigeria by insisting on fairness to the southeast of Nigeria, and they would have written their names in gold. I must quickly add that the difference between the progressives and the retrogressive or backward society is the presence or absence of men of courage, selflessness, justice, and truth. Nigeria will forever remember Dr. Alex Ekweme and his group because of the speaking truth to power and rising to the occasion when it matters most. This is a noble path that beckons. In the past, Ahmed Bola Tinubu would have concerned himself with the cause of the agitation in the southeast and the solution thereof. But because of the obsession to become a president, it does appear that the more turbulent the southeast, the better for the Jagaban. This is morally reprehensible. Wow, this is really strong. But let's continue. He said it is necessary to add that the solid foundation for the new Igbo-Yoruba relation that was led with the blood of the likes of Colonel Adekunle Fajuyi will be improved upon by your large heart. I must admit that my request to Your Excellency is a very difficult pill to swallow, but a more difficult pill awaits the likely post-2023 agitations, national crisis, insecurity, instability, and the collapse of the Nigerian economy if injustice against the southeast of the Nigeria prevails. On the other hand, a victory and calamity await those who intend to rejoice and dance for unjustly depriving the Igbo rights. The author notes that BAT, that's Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is a man whose immense political maneuvers cannot be ignored. While interacting with the leaders of the North on Saturday, December 11, 2023, BAT, that's Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is quoted as saying, "I don't need the Southeast and South to become Nigerian president." He added, among other things, that the vote of the Northwest, the Northeast, some largely Muslim states in the North centers, as well as the Southwest, were enough to make him president. Many short-sightedness Many short-sighted Tinubu apologies would jump at the above calculation aimed at nailing the political coffin of the Southeast and South-South. The question remains, does the above political calculation promote national peace and unity? On the other hand, an ambition that will set Nigeria on a collision course, mutual mistrust, civil disobedience, political upheavals, and violence that is not only unscrupulous but morally reprehensible. Based on the foregoing, I most sincerely advise His Excellency Senator Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu to toe the path of reason, conscience, and equity. It is important to add that posterity will be kind to Your Excellency if you reconsider your ambition in the interest of the corporate existence of Nigeria. Not only that, I wish to see Jagaban adding his voice to a Nigerian president of the Southeast extraction. Wow, this is very strong. But the question is, will Bola Ahmed Tinubu listen, hearken to that? Judging the fact that he forfeited 8 years of his life so that he would have this opportunity to become the president. There were unwritten agreements made, allegedly so, between him and the APC then, that come this period, he may likely be the one to, that's 2023. Now you're saying he should give it to Southeast. This is a drama that will unfold. I don't know how it will look like. Let's put in that comment section. What's it?